Hello, in today's video we will see how to add a simple single crochet border around a mini corner to corner square. So in the last couple of videos we saw how to crochet the mini corner to corner stitch and in one single color and by following a simple chart, something like this one. So today we'll see how to finish your work by adding this single crochet border all around. Adding a single crochet border is very useful just to finish your work. Let's say if you're just doing a pot holder or something, you just add a single crochet border to give it a nicer edge, or it's very useful when you want to join your squares to make a blanket or whatever, and then it's easier to join when you have single crochet stitches all around. So let's start. I will show you how to add the single crochet border around this square made in one single color, and I'll be using some white yarn. For starting the border, you can actually start wherever you want around this square, and at one corner or in the middle of the side. But just to make things easier, I will start from the very first block of the mini corner to corner square. So I know this is the first block that I worked, and this is the ending point of my square. So for this square, I worked 11 blocks by 11. So this means that for this border we will have 22 stitches on each side, because for the mini corner to corner we have 2 half double crochet stitches for each block, so it means 2 single crochets for each of these blocks on each side. So we start by adding, so this is my first block, and so since for the first block you see this is the direction in which you worked these stitches, so when we start we have to work our stitches at the base of these first 2 half double crochets. So I just simply go into that corner chain at the base of the first half double crochet, and I join my yarn, and then I work in that same chain. So at the base of this half double crochet I work a single crochet, then I remove this tail because I don't like it there. Okay, and I go on and I work one more single crochet at the base of the next stitch. So you see now we have 2 single crochets for the first block. So once we have the first block done, we have to go on and work around the next block. So this time you see that we don't have the base of the stitches, but we have the side of the half double crochet that the last half double crochet of this block. So basically we will be working 2 half double crochets on the side of this block. So what I like to do is to work 1 single crochet, really working on the splitting the half double crochet leg into like this, and then I work the second single crochet into, you see this is the top of that stitch, so I go into that space and I make my second single crochet. And then you see for the next block again we have like the bottom chains for those half double crochets, so you simply repeat what you did for the first block when we joined. So you make 2 single crochets, and again you have one square like this one, so where we work 1 single crochet on the side of the half double crochet and 1 by inserting your hook into this top of this stitch, and you continue like this until you get to the corner, and make sure to count. You should have 22 stitches because we have 11 squares. Okay, so it's multiplied by 2, it makes 22 stitches. And here we are, we have our 22 single crochets on this first side. So now we are ready to work on the next side. So I chain 1 to give it a bit more space at the corner, and then what I do So in this case, let's take a look. You see that this first block, it's got the stitches, you see, like, so this is the initial chain one of my block, and the stitches are in this direction. So basically, to start, I still make one more single crochet into the base of this first stitch, and then I work my second stitch for this block into the chain one space here. Okay, so we have the first 2 stitches for the first block, and then we go on, and you see the next block is one where I have my slip stitches, but the slip stitches are worked into the top of the after-bow crochets. So basically I ignore the slip stitches and I go into the top of the after-bow crochet, so this one and this one, and I work my 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and you see we have 4. So now again we have one block where we have to work 1 stitch into the chain 1 space, and the first one is worked in this. This is basically, you see, the first is the base of the first stitch. Okay, so it's this space. It's where you were slip stitching, you know, to start the next block of the mini corner to corner. So you see, it's really at the base of the first stitch, and then I work the second single crochet for that block into the chain 1 space, and we repeat again. So this time this one is an easy one. We work into the top of the stitches, ignoring the slip stitches that are on top of those stitches. Okay, and then again we work 1 single crochet into this, you know, into the base of this stitch, and then 1 around the chain 1 space here, and you continue like this until the end, until you get to the corner, and I'll meet you there. So you see, this is the last single crochet, and it's worked into the chain 1 space of this last block. So again, 22 stitches on this side, and we are ready to chain 1 and turn to work on the next side. So this time the first 2 stitches are very easy because this was our last block, so we only have simple after-bow crochet stitches, so we just go there and to the top, and we work 1 and 2, and we're done for that first block. Now for the next one, you see that we have so this is the turning chain 1 at the beginning of this block, and then we have this slip stitch that we worked into that chain. So again we work 1 stitch into that. We can work either in the space, you see, you just go in between these squares and you work 1 single crochet, or you can work in the really, you know, by inserting your hook into this stitch. It's really up to you. And then 1 into the turning chain 1. Okay, and we have the next 2 stitches for this block, and then again we work 2 single crochets into the top of the next block. So we go 1 and 2, and then we repeat. We have 1 single crochet into, you see, this is the top of that next block, and then 1 single crochet into the chain 1 space, and you continue like this until the next corner. So 1 here, and then we have the last 2 stitches to work. So we make 1 and 2, and we are ready to turn. Okay, this one maybe we can try to make it a bit more into okay, here, this chain. Okay, and now we again chain 1, and we can work the border on the last side of our square. And you see now again here we have the side of the of this block, but this time we don't have the turning chain 1, but we are in a situation a bit more like this, so we have to work, and you see our stitch, the single crochets into the side of the leg of this half double crochet. Okay, so we need to work one stitch into the top of this last half double crochet, so we just go there, and then one around the leg, so we split this stitch a bit and we work our single crochet. And then for the next block we have, again, you see, like we have the bottom of the stitches, so we have the chains where we worked our half double crochets for the mini corner to corner, and now we just place two single crochets in there, and then again we work one single crochet into the top of this last side half double crochet, and then one single crochet by splitting the leg of the stitch, and we continue like this. Again, count that you have 22 stitches at the end, or just double the amount of blocks that you have for your work. And here we are at the end of this last square, so now the last side, so we can just simply chain one and make a slip stitch into the first single crochet of the border, and we can cut the yarn and we win our ends, and the border is done. So here we are. Once you weave in the ends, you see your work is complete. So in this case, since we didn't have any pattern on this square, it didn't matter if I started on this side, okay, because there is no right or wrong side for this square. However, if you have anything like this, like with a chart, you want to work your border, of course, on the right side of the square. So I hope you liked this video. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to leave them in the comments, and of course, like the video and subscribe so that you don't miss my next tutorials. Bye bye.